Rambo. This is the fourth movie in the franchise. It came out in 2008, an R-rated action-adventure thriller movie around 1 hour and 32 minutes long. The story of this being in Thailand, Rambo joins a group of mercenaries to venture into war-bound Burma and rescue a group of Christian aid workers who are kidnapped. Straight to the good points. Now, the good points about this movie is this was directed, written and also performed by Sylvester Stallone, who deserves a lot of credit for this movie. Not only rid of all the 80s style over the top stuff and brings you down back to reality to a degree. War and emotional dramatic scenes in this movie and situations, which also doesn't hold back with the war stuff. It goes straight into it, so you get to see a lot of stuff in this movie. And it doesn't limit certain things. It really likes to show you the realistic terms of what could really happen, so it's quite gritty as well. I find the storyline very basic but very intriguing now, because all these characters that are coming to this movie, it makes it a little bit more interesting because it isn't the one-man mission Rambo going in and destroying everybody. There's quite a few involved. Of Rambo as well. I think this movie done just as good as the movie in First Blood for the character. It really ground him down to this character with obviously PTSD, struggling to obviously know who he is, where he should be, and is just struggling with life in general. I think this movie does a great job of that. Not this superhero version, action hero version, and all these muscular shots of Sylvester Stallone as Rambo. It really is a grounded story and a grounded character, which makes it more relatable, more enjoyable and easier to follow. What I really enjoyed about this movie is it doesn't go too stupid. Rambo actually gets hit in this movie and can continuously be killed throughout the movie in certain moments, which I really did enjoy. It doesn't act really stupid but serious at the same time. This movie looks the best. Since Rambo 3, it's had a massive upgrade in production again. Really, the cinematography is great in this movie. I felt like the editing was quite good throughout the movie, especially the colour grading. Really deserves a lot of credit. Flashbacks in this movie, which were executed awesomely. I really did enjoy them because it gave all these flashbacks from all the other movies, which was really great to see and gives us some, obviously, a reboot in memory from the other movies. Of course, when it comes to a Rambo movie, you've got tons of action in this movie, which was really great. Not too much, sprinkled well throughout, but also obviously the main action stuff happening in the third act to really close off this sort of final battle, which was really good. Of kills. It wasn't just bow and arrow, it wasn't just gunfire, it wasn't just little things that obviously the other movies did. They used that but really went extreme with the rated R stuff. If you're going to have a rated R, proper use it, and this movie did. You get ripped guts, you get ripped throats out, you get bodies blown in half or burned, you get a ton of war related stuff which would happen in real life, and you get the job of this movie is the character arcs. I think even the people that started halfway through the movie, like the mercenaries, I feel that they obviously got to respect John Rambo at the end of the movie because of what he done and how he did it, and it's just a great thing with the character arcs in this movie. They all start off pretty different and end with a different reality as well, which is quite good, quite interesting, and I did enjoy that. Stallone as John Rambo, back again, of course. I absolutely love this guy's Rambo. This is one of his best characters for sure throughout movie history, and he really enjoyed this role, I can tell. Obviously written and directed by him as well. You can see he really took this into the grasp and really tried to bring back what happened in First Blood with this character, try and ground it down more, obviously have action and a lot of violence, but the character Rambo, obviously Sylvester Stallone loves this character for what it's done throughout his career, and you can definitely feel that in this movie. Ben's playing as Sarah, and the key thing for this woman is how much she loves people, and that's one thing I did feel this character, and I feel they've done a good job with her character arc there, because she obviously had to go through some troubles throughout the movie, and the way she ends the movie, she will be a lot more mentally strong, and obviously I learned a lot with this situation, which is a great character arc, and the relationship between her and Rambo was something key throughout the movie. They had some sort of special relationship, not like a lovey-dovey thing, but sort of like a bond which you could actually really enjoy. Marsden as Schoolboy. This guy was my favourite out of the movie, and that's saying something because Rambo was in this movie. I really just enjoyed him. I sort of cared about him, and he was the sniper of the group, and I really just sort of enjoyed what parts he had to play in, especially the parts where he was getting the kills. And not only that, he had one scene with Rambo on a boat where he had a conversation with him. All the other soldiers were mucking about. He had a one-to-one with Rambo, which was really good, and that, as soon as I see that scene, I instantly took a liking to him. McTavish as Lewis. This guy was absolutely annoying throughout the movie, and at the end was something which we learned to respect throughout the movie, and really was a character which was quite enjoyable. He tested Rambo mentally, getting into his head, being cocky, wanting to be there just for the money, not to obviously help these people. He just wanted the money out of it. He was a person which really tried to get on Rambo's nerves, especially when he started calling him Boatman and stuff like that. There was a scene there which was really enjoyable because you could see Rambo just wanted to kill this girl, hurt him badly, and they really were confronting each other quite a lot of the movie, and it was really, really enjoyable. What I enjoy about this movie is the side characters and how they learn who Rambo is, as well as Rambo finally accepting who he is as a person. I think they mix quite well. The scene of the movie is no doubt when Rambo is on that big turret machine gun just blitzing everybody, just taking them out, mowing them down, is an absolute epic scene. Last scene as well, where Rambo goes back to his old sort of place, letterbox, and then he walks off with that beautiful score, an amazing score being played in the background. Good thing is this movie had the best finale storyline at the end of the movie, where compared to all the other movies, they sort of either left on cliffhangers or just left it quite open for another movie. This one sort of closed it off quite nicely. On to the bad points. Now the bad points about this movie is it can be very dark and brutal, which doesn't suit everybody's likes, of course. Obviously knowing it's an R-rated movie, and obviously the development of R-rated movies have become quite extreme. Seeing an R-rated movie in the 80s was a lot different to now, of course. And the imagery you get in this is somewhat horrid, hard to watch, and some people just won't enjoy it. The point about this movie is the script. The script, in my opinion, could have been a lot better, especially for this modernized movie. I feel like it would have done a lot better, especially when it comes to the relationship between Sarah and Rambo, which was an emotional bond between the two, and it feels like most of their lines were very computerized. It was like typed up and they just said it, and it just didn't land right. It needed to be a bit more natural. The point about this movie is the pacing of the movie, the worst one out of the whole franchise so far, because it's just really misunderstanding what it's supposed to do. It feels like there's something that needs to be added, or they've took something out, because what happens is it starts off very slow with the build of the story and these characters, and then suddenly it speeds right up to the action in the third act, and it's over before you know it, and it's the end of the movie. It feels really off. It feels like they've missed stuff out or took stuff out. Guys, it's rating time. Let's have a look at what the critics had to rate this movie. IMDb giving it a 7 out of 10, Rotten Tomatoes giving it a 38%, and Metacritic giving it a 46. And for this movie is a 7.8 out of 10. That makes this a totally awesome movie. Guys, this is one of the best Rambo movies yet, with everything I love in an action-packed movie containing Stallone back as Rambo, of course. I love this character, and not only that, a storyline with characters which I actually generally cared about, because not only that, Rambo Part 2 and 3 really just sort of missed that care, emotional stage and dramatic stage of the movie. It just sort of went all out action, whereas this one sort of went grounded again, which I do enjoy, and I like the character and the storyline parts of movies, which them two movies lacked on. I don't know how this didn't get nominated for much more awards, because it was much more enjoyable than the ratings actually give it, and not only it's a must watch, especially if you're going to see the new movie, which I can't wait to see. Guys, a 7.8 for Rambo. Don't forget to let me know your ratings and thoughts on the movie down below in the comment section. Did you love it? Did you love it? Did you hate it? What do you think in total about the movie? I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comment section. Please do stay tuned. We have not finished the journey yet. We've still got Rambo Last Blood review coming up on the channel tomorrow, as well as we're going to rank all these movies from the worst to the best on the weekend. I don't want you guys to miss it, so please do stay tuned on the channel. I'd be very, very grateful, of course. But very much for watching this video, guys. I've been me, you've been you, and I'll see you next time, guys, on Talking with Jay Springett.